Hello everybody and welcome to the next part of the Resident Evil retrospective. So, I have a little bit of a confession to make, because originally I was planning to do Resident Evil HD, which some of you may have been expecting, some of you may not have been expecting, but I decided to shift it around a little bit because, I'll be honest, I tried I tried recording to Resident Evil HD, and I was not happy with it, like, at all. It was, oh boy, you thought Code Veronica was a train wreck. Oh, you've never seen a train wreck on a boat, on the shore. It's not very pretty. But whatever, so, I just decided to mix it around a little bit, so, we'll be doing Resident Evil 0 next, which is still the next quote-unquote canonical game, which is based on an entirely different story, because Resident Evil Remake was obviously a Resident Evil 1 remake. So, yeah, I just decided to shake it up a little bit. Plus, this is going to be a very interesting game for me, because, similar to... What am I looking for? I'm looking for controls, and I want Type D? I think that's what I want. This will be very interesting, because, subwoofer? What? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Because, similar to Resident Evil Code Veronica, I have never played this game before. Apart from... Okay, good, subtitles are on. They finally got subtitles, guys, even though they did it in Resident Evil HD Remake. But anyway, I gotta stop interrupting myself. But, yes, similar to Resident Evil Code Veronica, I've never played this game. I did a practice run, which is why there's a load game right there, but I have not done a lot of it. And just in terms of getting new stuff, I don't believe... Okay, it's not here. I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to show it off, but I did indeed get some costumes for the game, because there's actually some history behind one of them, which I would like to go over if I'm able to find where to put the costumes on. But who knows, maybe I won't be able to find them, so... If that's the case, I'll just improvise. But enough of that, it's time to play some Resident Evil 0. On the normal.
Resident Evil 0.
So, of course, with the HD remaster, they added some new things, including an alternate control type, which I will be honest, makes the game a tad too easy, and some new widescreen display options, which is always nice. Just you know, just nice to point out the little things.
A Midwestern town in America, Raccoon City. A solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island. An island that would become the second Raccoon City, Sheena Island. There are still many unanswered questions about these seemingly unrelated yet intensely traumatic events. Though it is believed that the international enterprise umbrella was somehow involved, little is known as to the origin of this faceless corporation. When was it established? By whom? And how was the T-virus created? To uncover the truth, we must delve deeper into the events which transpired in the beginning, before the mansion incident.
So, as the name suggests, this is actually a prequel to the original Resident Evil. And by the way, gotta hand them props, I only ever accept prequels if they have the name 0 in the title. Just, I don't know why, it just made so much more sense to me than having, like, a subtitle, like, prequel. But, some interesting trivia about this game. This was actually the first game that was not headed by Shinji Mikami. I believe this was made by Capcom Production Team 3, which, is a completely different group entirely, because Shinji Mikami works for Capcom Production Group 4, which makes all of the Resident Evils and such. Or at least that's what they're most named for. And oh no, slimy monsters! Which I will actually go over in a little bit, because that's another interesting thing about this game.
Began as a simple investigation of some bizarre murders in the suburbs of Raccoon City. Nothing in our training could ever have prepared us for the nightmare that ensued. We never stood a chance.
What's going on? Engine failure. Emergency landing.
Check the current position and investigate the surrounding area.
Captain, look! Captain!
What happened?
Court order for transportation. Prisoner Billy Cohen, ex-lieutenant, 26 years old. Court-martialed and sentenced to death July 22nd. Prisoner is to be transferred to the Regathon base for execution.
Those poor soldiers. They were good men just doing their jobs, and that scum murdered them and escaped.
All right, everyone, let's separate and survey the area. Our friend is brutal and ruthless. Keep your guard up.
A train?
The door to safety is shut. There is no turning back. Wow, this game looks really good. Wow, sorry, I just wasn't expecting this game to look... I just forgot completely how good this game looked. But yes, it's time to play some Resident Evil Zero. I wanted to stay quiet during mostly, a little bit more during that FMV than I'm usually accustomed to, because I don't know it that well, so I was just sort of like taking it in as well, because I wanted to say some things, but I wanted to confirm some things before I saw them. The main one being the name of this train, which is the Ecliptic Express, which I thought it was called the Eclipse Express, the Eclipse Express, but I was wrong. And wow, we're off to a good start already. Trying to open the wrong door, always good. So I always found it kind of cool that this game takes its starting location in a train. Very enclosed, lots of tight spaces. Just seems like a suitable start.
This is Officer Chambers from STARS Bravo team. Please identify yourself. Is someone there?
The government has announced that it has been actively against our farmers. But as of 2 years ago, when a several process collapsed, the local government stepped in and took over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I always thought that the way that they showed off zombies in this game was kind of weak. Like, I don't know why, it was just always my opinion that it just didn't seem very built up, because it just sort of happens, but maybe that's just a personal thing. There are some things that I want to go over, and oh jeez, that was close.
What just happened? I thought they were dead.
Thanks, thanks Capcom, thanks for that FMV scene, which looks like you ripped it straight out of the GameCube game, because it looks a little bit compressed, but whatever, details. So there's actually a few things I want to go over, just as little bits of trivia and just personal things. So the first one, and oh, that rain effect looks really good. Sorry. The first one being like the character that you play as, Rebecca Chambers. I've always really liked her. Like, I don't think she's the most popular, like, Resident Evil character, but I always really liked her. And damn it, there doesn't seem to be anything of use. I think we got some bullets right here, and we got a note, but that's pretty much as far as I took the practice run because I didn't want to spoil myself too much. But yeah, no, I've always liked Rebecca Chambers. I liked her design, which I will go into in a second because there's some very interesting stuff about her design. And it's just always nice to get a new character, and I don't know, something about how the voice actor did her voice. I mean, it's a little bit, it's not that Resident Evil stilted like delivery, but I don't know, it's just, yeah, she's cute. Anyway, and she's also a medical member, which I always found kind of interesting because that explains how she knows how to use herbs straight away, which I always thought was a well-justified reason for her knowing how to use herbs. I don't know. Even though everyone knows how to use herbs. Whatever. Passenger diary. July 14th. Orders came from the boss today. Looks like we're in charge of an investigation that remains on the Arklay Mountains. We sent an initial group, but there's some weird experiments going on. 2 days later. Unfortunately, we lost some stuff. The test production of BOW had to be suspended because of the investigation. It's the same with Type YL39. There's still so much we don't know about the response to the crustacean T-virus. There's a lot of interesting research left. Depending on the species and nurturing conditions, only minute doses of T bring about remarkable changes in solidity and size, multiplication and internal toxins and brain development. If these effects can be controlled, a powerful weapon could be produced. But the sudden development of the shell results in a corresponding fragility. Certain areas become exceedingly weak. Problematically, one of these areas is the head carapace. This lab we are going to, were they pursuing the same research? It would certainly help to find data and samples that would help us in our research. June 19th. The day is finally approaching. I'm growing more anxious. There are Raccoon City newspapers and TV stations full of reports about the bizarre murders in the suburbs. It can't be the virus, can it? If it is... No, I can't think of that now. I have to concentrate in this investigation to make sure it goes smoothly. That's a weirdly written line, considering that's written down. That would be like if I was writing my thoughts right now, and I was making spelling mistakes with my speech, because let's be honest, I'm not the best talker in the world. Or at least when it comes to articulation. But very interesting. Let's see what else we got here. There is actually one part I'm really hoping we get to in the end of this retrospective, but maybe not. As per tradition, it is time to stay quiet for the Resident Evil 0 save room music theme, because it's another nice one in my opinion. Not a personal favourite, I do have to admit, but I like it nonetheless. It's got a very sort of, I don't know with this one. I mean, it's not quite melancholic, it's just very... you know what it sounds to me? It sounds tired. Like, it sounds like the type of music where you would just have a huge fight or a huge thing, and then you would get to the save room, and it sounds tired. Which makes sense, because you would be tired if you were to go through all of this. But, I don't know, considering the, what this game brought to the table in terms of, gameplay, very interesting choice. Anyway, investigation orders. Stained with blood, some sections are illegible. 8 miles north of Raccoon City in the Arklay Mountains lies our company's management training facilities. It was shut down years ago. Now, we are conducting a preliminary study into the reopening of the facilities. First investigation group is die on site and opening the investigation. I want your team to provide suppo tea. The following orders are will embark and 1SI Ves Gat O UNT. The rest is torn and illegible. That guy had terrible English, Jesus Christ. And it's I always found that way that it like showed the bloodstained like letters being covered up kind of weird, because it just looks like that someone didn't know how to spell, which I always found kind of humorous. But if we make our way down here, thankfully, even if I haven't played this game, it's a little bit linear at the start, which actually kind of helps in a weird way. And well, that's just sad. Let's see, we got a train key. I will take that.
Billy. Lieutenant Cohen.
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
You're the prisoner that was being transferred for execution. You were with those soldiers outside.
Oh, I see. You're with stars. Well, no offense, honey, but your kind doesn't seem to want me around, so I'm afraid our little chat time is over.
Wait! You're under arrest.
No thanks, Dollface. I've already worn handcuffs.
I could shoot, you know. Edward! Are you all right? What happened?
It's worse than... We can't. You must be careful, Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Zombies and monsters.
You know, Raccoon City's population of Dobermans must be extremely high if they all get infected by the same type of because it's the same type of dog. And okay, I have to kill them. God damn it. But I always found that kind of weird. It's always the same type of dog, and I know realistically it's because, oh my god, get off me. Well, I got a trophy for that, so I guess, I got something out of it. You know what? I'm just gonna run away. I'm just gonna be a massive coward. Or maybe not, because I really... Oh my god! Oh, okay, apparently it's the square button that uses... Well, this is just peachy. Okay. Let's think about this. Let's kill that one, and turn around and kill you. Jesus, I do not remember being two of them. I remember there being one of them, but... whatever. Resident Evil, ladies and gentlemen. So, as I was trying to say right there, so... Edward just pretty much spoiled the fact that we're fighting zombies, which makes me question how he knew. Maybe it's explained later on, I don't know, but... I always found that kind of weird detail. Something else that I wanted to point out... Sir, it is very rude to stare, you know. But anyway, something else that I wanted to point out is that and I just noticed it in the in-game cutscene right there, and I might be able. Oh god, freaking! I was trying to show something off, man. Oh wait, hang on, let me reload. Oh god, I think I might actually be dead. No, not quite. This is going great. This is going great. Ah, I probably should have saved. You know what? I might actually go back and save while I was... Actually, no, very quickly, before I go off to a tangent, I want to show something right here. Come on, Rebecca, please show. So, I'm not the only one making this up, right? But I swear to God that they increased the eyeliner on her eyes. And the amount of shadow. That might be just me, but That seems like a weird detail to increase, considering that she's part of a military team, and I guess she wants to look good for while getting eaten. But hey, I already said she looked cute earlier on, so I guess I can't go back on my word now, and I'm going to save because I am terrified I'm going to die. And I don't want to restart from the beginning. And this is the wrong room. God damn it. Oh, it's great when you're not familiar with the games that you play. But while I'm saving, the other thing that I wanted to go over, which I've been putting off sometimes, is the production of this game and Rebecca's design. So, since this is a Resident Evil game, nothing can be very simple in terms of production, because originally this game was supposed to be on the N64. And I think it was supposed to be released in 2000? When the GameCube started circulating, they actually decided to delay it on the N64 and cancel that version entirely and import it over to the GameCube. Which I cannot imagine how tough that job must have been, because, well, like, even looking at the HD version of this game, you can still tell that the quality has been drastically improved over, like, N64 models that you see in, I guess, the only comparison that we have that faithfully recaptures the model quality would be Resident Evil 2, the N64 version. But, God, I just can't, like, whenever a game decides to switch engines or switch, studios, not studios, switch consoles entirely, it's always just such a massive job. Which is why you get so many delays on games like Final Fantasy 15 and such, and Duke Nukem Forever. But
can you read me? Please respond.
The other thing that I wanted to mention over in terms of production is actually Rebecca's design, because she went through a few changes in terms of costume, and I wish I knew how I could change the costume, because I would be able to show off a better example. But if not, I'll just put a picture in the top right corner of the screen. But originally she was supposed to be wearing a beret similar to Jill, and I believe her costume was white as well. But they decided to change it quite late into production, which I found kind of funny, because it turns out that when the game was released, there was actually an action figure that was released in coincide with the game, which still kept her original design. So, little bits of useless trivia like that, always very appreciated. Or at least, I appreciate them when I find them out. Yes, I would like to throw this key away. Always very helpful when it tells me I don't need it anymore.
It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out of here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
Billy, some people think you're kind of cool. Come off as a bit of a dick. Mainly that little one-to-one right there is kind of like how... See, I like that Rebecca is trying her damnedest to try and make him respect her, but obviously he's a felon, so of course he's not going to do that, so... I don't know, it just comes off as like a little girl trying to, like, be seriously taken, and then like the adult's like, oh, she's trying to be serious. I don't know, it's just, that's how it feels like. But anyway, when closing the dining car, superior switch off the automatic grid, the main automatic door, switch located, blah blah blah. Inspections will take place when the train is garaged. After inspections are complete, use the ladder at the rear second end of the dining car. Umbrella Corporation. Well, if it's Umbrella Corporation that health and safety measures, then you know they're probably not that effective. How many outbreaks have they done now? Or, well, I guess at this point in time, they wouldn't have any outbreaks, but whatever, details, details. So let's see what we can find. We don't need him, we can do this on our own.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Are you okay?
Who is that guy?
What's going on? Who's controlling the train?
Go and check out the first engine car. Listen, we gotta cooperate with each other from now on. You got that?
Well, I don't...
Clue in, girl. Or maybe you like being worm bait.
All right. But you just remember, I will shoot you if you try anything funny.
Fine. Now take these with you. If you find anything, give me a call, all right?
So now we got the main gimmick of this game? Character switching. You can switch control between the two lead characters, Rebecca and Billy, and use their different abilities to progress through the game. The character you currently control is called the main character. The character you do not control is called the partner character. Controlling the character. The partner character generally moves independently, but you can use R to the right stick to control them yourself. Select partner on the status screen allows you to assign instructions to the character. Solo, both characters move independently. Team, partner character follows main character. Attack, partner character attacks automatically. Idle, partner will not attack. You can also press the touchpad button to switch between solo and team behavior. Press the triangle at the status screen to switch characters. You will need to switch characters in order to progress in certain situations. Exchanging items. When your character is nearby, you can exchange items on the status screen. Choose the item from the main character's item box and select exchange. Character attributes. Rebecca. Rebecca has the following attributes. Can combine herb-related items because she is part of the medical team. Nice little detail. Has weak defense. Can use a mixing set to combine chemicals. Character attributes. Billy. Billy has the following attributes. Cannot combine herb-related items. Has strong offense and can push many large objects. If the partner character is attacked, both the main both the main and partner characters will die if they take too much damage. You should always keep an eye on their condition. A partner being attacked in a different room will call for help over the radio. If your partner does call, go and help as quickly as possible. Cooperating with your partner. Some puzzles cannot be solved by one character. When you are stuck, try to see if your partner will help. So I'm actually kind of glad that it went over the characters' main strengths and differences, because that's always been a very cool thing in this game that I would like to give credit for. And that's the fact that when you're playing the different characters, they have different strengths and perks. However, there's actually one other interesting thing that they decided not to mention, which is in their AI. So if you're moving as a team, and this is why I switched to Billy, if you switch to team and you're moving around in with your words are hard, people. When you're in a team and you're trying to go around the train, if you are playing as Rebecca, Billy will attack because he's more offensive in nature, even if you tell him not to, so he wastes ammo. Or doesn't waste ammo, depending on how you look at it. But if you switch to Billy and then choose to have Rebecca as the AI, she will not attack because she is a well-trained soldier and will hold fire. I always thought that was a nice little detail. But I want to go up here because this is a screenshot that I saw from the HD version, and if I remember, this looks great. Oh my god, this looks amazing. So, I can't remember if you're supposed to have both characters, or if even you're supposed to do this yet, but I wanted to at least show this off because this looks freaking cool. So let's see what we got. There's a gaping hole in the roof. It's too dangerous to get any closer. I guess it's because of the electricity, so I guess we need to go back. But at least I was able to show it off because this looks amazing. Like, I cannot imagine how good it must have looked on GameCube, but because on the HD version right here, this looks great. You know, props to the production team in order in getting this to work. So I guess with that, let's just make our way down and see if we can show off a little bit of the team play that we got. So, I guess that explains why square is now the inventory button, but I really wish they would stop changing... I really wish they would stop changing how many, what am I trying to say? I wish they would stop changing the button that brings up your inventory screen, because my god, I get so backwards. I mean, I guess maybe it would change on the control screen. I'm not familiar enough with this game in order to offer a valid reasoning for that. But anyway, let's see what we got. We got what do I want to do here? How do I, partner? There we go. Let's see, so, okay, Rebecca's in danger, so I should probably keep her on attack. We'll stay with team. And I guess if we want to exchange, we do this. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. I don't actually know if it was that smooth in the GameCube version, so I cannot speak for that, but pretty cool. Looks like an automatic door. There's no power now, so it won't open. Well, damn. I do want to at least show off some combat with 2 players, because I think it looks pretty cool. But let's see if there's any zombies around here. Oh god, there we go. Very effective. And I think... Billy, I was trying to shoot the one on the floor. Very, very nice. So that pretty much concludes what I wanted to show in this the entirety of this little retrospective. Again, sorry if I was a little bit exasperated with this one, because once again, this is one of those ones that I don't know much about, so it was as much as an experience for me as it is for, hopefully, you who are watching it, or people who've played it before, so maybe, I'll do a little bit more of this game down the line. But for now, what better place to end it off than in the save room, since I haven't done that recently, and I always want to try and find a nice calm place to stop if we can. So, next time on the Resident Evil Retrospective, we go to one of my favourite games in the entire series, if not my favourite game. See you guys then.